how do you get around the whole we're going to check with your previous employer part of the review process? So I would say for this one, just to check with your company's policies. A lot of times you're not going to be able to avoid this because it's a requirement of some companies. Um, I would actually check with your company's policy and verify what their stance is, because some places will only verify dates of employment, they'll only verify salary, and sometimes when they ask questions like, is this person eligible for rehire or would you rehire this person again, that they would generally not say much because they're afraid that you will like litigate if they say something badly. A lot of times they'll only do these references when they go through HR. They will tell the managers not to provide references for employees. And if that's the case, then you're kind of good because it's rare that they'll actually say anything horrible about you. But what they can do is be intentionally cryptic. And examples of that are like if they say, our attorneys have advised us not to comment on this individual. Or if someone asks, was this person a good employee? And they say, I can't answer that. They're like, well, you can't answer this person was a good employee. And so, they're going like, oh, well, that must mean they're not a good employee. There's that whole subconscious thing that's going on. So in that case, if you actually think that there may be a problem or if there is some form of weird retaliation that may be going on, what you can do is there's some companies, and I'm not verifying or validating that these places are good for you. I don't really know much about them in general as far as, how credible they are, but just to say that there are companies that specifically help people to verify reference checks with their employers or previous employers. And a couple of those are AllisonTaylor.com and CheckYourReference.com. And those are some places you can go to if I think it's like 50 or 75 or 50 to 80 bucks. I know it's under 200 for these places to get like a background check. I think some of it depends on what level you are in the hierarchy of corporate America. Like, teachers might be different or as from a CEO. Okay, so, oh, bye, Larry. Okay, so one other thing that Larry said today is the brag book is a great idea too. Gotta toot your own horn, no one else will. Exactly. I mean, it's like if you're not standing up for yourself and telling people how awesome you are, you're your own biggest advocate, and this is life in general. That's why I have like the Wednesdays where it's like humble brag, because if you don't tell people how great you are, sometimes it doesn't get heard or recognized because we're all so self-absorbed and we all have our own tasks that we're working on. We don't necessarily look out and notice the accomplishments of other people or recognize them. So it's really great to have that as a resource. Okay, so let's go on to the next question, which is from Ruth. How do you treat volunteer experience as experience worthy of a professional position?